Hello everyone, this is Aegon of Astora, and welcome back to my first ever playthrough of Demon Souls. This is episode number 18, being recorded on Sunday the 4th of February. I hope you're all having a fantastic day whenever it is you find yourself watching this. So this was the place of what I think was probably my least favorite boss fight of the game up to this point. Just because, you know, bosses with wings and all that. And I seem to recall us looking at this item there and then getting scared and going back to the Nexus because, you know, I didn't want to trigger another boss fight or something at that point, but we've not been back since. And we're continuing our reverse order journey through the Archstones at this point, after initially having done them in the, I guess, proper order, if it can even be said that any of the orders are proper in this game. And this is being recorded almost immediately following the previous episode, so I did tweet out that I would be starting this area in the hopes that we would be able to get a human old monk. And I was just looking at the top right again, seeing that it seemed to be having trouble connecting to the server, but it looks like we're good now. And we can write messages, so... Oh, I was wondering what the path forward was here. I was thinking maybe if we grabbed this item it would open up, but... No, it's just 2 souls in 1 though, that's kind of weird. Either that person had 2 souls somehow, or... they had stolen the soul of someone else? I don't know. So does it just... Are we just going right to the boss fight? Oh no! Oh... Critters. There's so many critters in this game. Too many heads, too many faces. I seem to recall, in addition to the critters, there being a... Mind Flayer up here as well. Because, yeah, obviously I would like to ensure that we actually have a player, that we're facing a player for the old monk boss fight, because, again, this is one of those things that will no longer be a thing once these servers are taken offline. There won't be a player old monk boss, which completely changes the boss fight. The camera here is dreadful if you're trying to be smart. Oh, yep. And look around the corner. So there's that Mind Flayer. But unlike in the previous area earlier in the Tower of Latria, where there was plenty of space for us to run around and do an unlocked backstab, I don't know that we have enough space to do that here. But we're going to try anyway. No, not enough space. Not nearly enough space. Does that mean someone's being summoned? I think that means someone's been summoned. Oh, that is so cool. Oh crap. Oh no, I forgot. Oh no. I forgot we were in this predicament. Unless that wasn't someone being summoned. I thought it was. Because if that's just the trigger for that cutscene, that's a pretty bad trigger spot, because it's, you know, you're gonna be fighting. You're almost always gonna be in the middle of fighting that Black Phantom. So it's weird to me that that would be the trigger. There's more than one. I thought it was just the one. Oh, crud. They've got some serious hyper armor there. Oh, crud. Mash Apocalypse, but doesn't do anything. Because if it's not a player, I don't think I want to do the boss fight. The question is, do we just go in, see if it's a player? Because I feel like after the cutscene we should have seen at the bottom of the screen so-and-so invaded or whatever. But I didn't see anything like that. So let's see. No, that's an NPC. Okay, it looks like we're connecting to the server. Did it bring us all the way back down here? Yes, it did. Okay, so the trigger seems to be independent of the positioning. So very interesting thing about this, I can talk now that we've already seen this cutscene, is my understanding that the demon in this situation is not this person. The demon in this particular situation is the fabric. That, though it is currently draped around that person's body, becomes a head wrap around the summonee, or the summon, I guess. And so the demon recognizes that this person who's just been summoned is much more powerful than the person it had just used as its vessel, and now this person is the host for the demon, I suppose. So the fog turns from gold to, like, gray. Can we quit? So we can quit, which suggests to me that, again, that's not a player, but why was the animation different? Like, why did it trigger as soon as we touched the stairs, whereas previously it triggered when we got about halfway up? Questions I'm sure many of you know the answer to, but I do not, so I apologize. I want to assume that if this was a player, they'd be running around. So now the question is, do I just wait until an actual player? Like, I don't think we're even connected. Because I can't leave messages right now. Crud. Alright. Okay, let's try. We're gonna try another save quit until we get this. I think we did it. What is this person fighting? A VIP lies in wait ahead. Oh, I guess these people... They lured the mind flayers down here. Okay, so we are online. Now let's see. I suppose the reason why the cutscene triggered the last time, as soon as we touched the stairs, is because the game just said, oh, well, you're offline anyway, so it doesn't matter, so we'll trigger it right then. But I also wonder whether this... Because the previous time we did see it about halfway up the stairs. So I wonder if that was a failed summoning, if that's what happened. That the summoning had already begun, but that, yeah. Can we skip this? We cannot skip it. No, I think that's the NPC. According to demonsouls.wikidot.com, the NPC uses claw weapons. So unless this is a player cosplaying as the demon, then I think this is an NPC. I really don't understand the mechanics of this. No, that's gotta be an NPC. So it is now Tuesday, February the 6th. I spent about an hour on Sunday evening, I believe it was, trying to get a summon for the Old Monk boss fight. Because, of course, if the entire point of this playthrough is to play this game in such a manner that it will no longer exist by the end of February, then it would be really silly of me to fight the Old Monk as an NPC. It was essential, in my view, for me to fight the Old Monk as being controlled by a player character. One of the things I did while trying to figure out what was going on is I figured out the mechanics more or less, in that this gate right here corresponds to where the fog gate is, and the summon signs can be placed anywhere in Tower of Latria, and they should be permitted to be summoned by the Old Monk. So Theomany has kindly agreed to help me and for us to try and figure this out. So this is us trying to figure it out. So the fog gate appears right here, and the trigger for the Old Monk cutscene is hitting the stairs. That at any point after you've hit the stairs, the cutscene will trigger, which Casitive pointed out is partially to hide the fact that it's currently summoning someone. Something else Casitive also pointed out is that the reason why this corpse here has 2 souls on it would seem to be that it was perhaps the person out of whom they made the man-eaters. Which is something I had considered while editing, but, you know, I wasn't really very confident in that idea until Casitive mentioned it as well, and I was like, okay, so maybe I wasn't completely crazy in thinking that there was perhaps a little bit something more to that, because I don't know that I've ever seen a corpse in a Souls game with more than 1 soul on it. Generally, when there's more than 1 item and one of them is a soul, it's a soul and something else, but not 2 souls. So I'm thinking that maybe I should walk up to the stairs, and that when I walk up to the stairs, it will summon her, because right now the game is not... Oh, unless... Because what I was thinking is that I should be waiting here until the fog gate shows up. Unless the fog gate only shows up when they're using the invasion item. What is it called? Yeah, if they're using the black eye stone. So let's walk to the stairs and see what happens. I have, once again, gone and killed all the enemies here. So you know what, screw it, we're going to walk all the way up. Instead of doing a full save quit, I did in fact just do the load game from the menu. And the reason I did that is because it was obvious that I was already connected to the server, given the blood stains and the messages and things like that, so I didn't want to jeopardize that, because I'm led to understand that... So it must be... Oh my gosh. I was about to say that's the first time that we had gotten up to the top and actually been faced with the Golden Fog Gate. Or the Xanthos Fog Gate, I suppose. So if all goes well, and there is a god in this universe, then this is Casitive. I've instructed her not to hold anything back, not to take it easy on me. She did state that she was not great at PvP, but I would counter by suggesting that I'm probably even worse, so... The homing soul masses, I seem to recall, is something that sort of does its own thing, in that Casitive won't be controlling the homing soul masses. Oh, it worked! It worked! Okay, so she's buffing, alright. We should do the same. Oh, yes. Not mean to equip my bow there. So I believe that... Oh, that was... I was gonna say that was an unfair backstab, but it doesn't look like she lost any HP from that anyway, so... Oh, there are the soul masses. Although it seems to be... Oh, that was, again, not especially fair. Alright, maybe I should just stop trying for the unlocked backstabs, because it doesn't seem to be working especially well. Oh, either she's using Regenerator's Ring or something, or she healed up, or it's just like a constant regen that takes place. And I'm not managing my stamina especially well here. So, at a certain point during the previous video capture, my capture software froze, and I did not notice it was frozen. So I don't know how much of what just happened I'm going to be able to salvage, which is very, very unfortunate given how much time went into ensuring that not only would I be facing a human opponent, but also that Casitive took time out of her day to help me with that, and it appears as though only parts of our first fight were actually captured. We actually fought twice. She killed me the first time. The second time, I killed her. So, I don't know how much of that was actually captured. So, if any of you want to be the old monk in my playthrough, now is your chance. But we're going to take care of the enemies here. And we might have to do a save quit. I can hear the game loading, so... Can everyone let me know if the audio is okay for you? The balance... Oh. Okay, so we're going to see whether or not this is an NPC or not. Oh, no, it's not. Mr. Green Jeans, okay. All right. So what happened essentially is that I spent a bunch of time trying to figure out whether or how to discern whether it's an NPC or a human player. And after about an hour of waiting and being able to, or trying to figure all that out. No, friend, no. I just gave up and said, you know what, I'm gonna need to coordinate this with someone else. So Casitive, aka Theomini, very kindly agreed to serve as my old monk. And we had 2 fights. The first time she killed me, the second time I defeated her. But unfortunately, my capture card, either my capture card or my computer, or the capture software, completely crapped out in the middle of the first fight. So though I have already completed this fight, we are back here again because I had to restore to an earlier save point. Because of course the entire point of this playthrough is to ensure that we are experiencing the game. Shit, I can hear them already buffing. The point of this playthrough is to experience this game as it is with the servers online. I've been led to understand by Darkblood Souls that they have done some maintenance on the servers. So I don't know how true that is, but so far so good. We've not really had any issues. So yeah. So let's see if we can't have our first random old monk encounter, and yeah. I feel like this person's gonna kick our butts. Of course they're trying to get the cheap backstab. Hi, friend. He's got a dragon bone smasher, it looks like. Calls a tower shield of some sort. $12 damage with that backstab for some reason. That hurts. Another no damage backstab. Trying to keep him from healing. Well, that was a lot easier than... A lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, there we go. GG. That was pretty cool because it really was a random, unless it's someone in the stream who, you know, you can speak up if that was you, provided that you're not too embarrassed in losing to me. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I really enjoyed playing against Casitive as well. Yeah, maybe those lag backstabs caught up. Yeah, perhaps. I really enjoyed doing this against Casitive as well, but it was, you know, obviously I've taken time out of someone else's day, and that's not really how this game was originally intended to be played. Or at least this boss encounter, from what I can understand, that you weren't supposed to get a friend to go and play the old monk. It's just supposed to be another player. So, something that Casitive and I talked about in the footage that is now gone because my old computer crashed, which was part of what prompted me to get a new one, was in just thinking about the reason for all the chairs in this room. And both of our thought processes were essentially the same, that the head wrap, which we understand to be the old monk, is not only a chair hoarder, but that the chairs themselves sort of symbolize the extent to which the royalty or the people in charge of this area have built their dynasty atop all of these people, atop of all of these souls who are no longer there because their chairs are, the chairs are empty. So to symbolize, I guess, all of the dead or dying souls atop which this kingdom was built. Or just that there's so few people here left anymore that it's just, yeah. Clash monk confirmed, yeah, perhaps. Yellow demon soul. So let's go back to the Nexus. So the music changes here. And I'm wondering if someone can tell me whether... So I was wondering if someone could tell me whether the music changes as a result of us killing the old monk specifically, or whether it's, okay, you've killed X number of archdemons, music flips. It's a result of the maiden fixing... It's a result of the maiden fixing the organ, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. That was... That was one of the things. That was one of the things that occurred to me actually when I originally noticed it, was that, yeah, it's just like someone fixed the organ, or there's like someone brought in an organ into the Nexus or something, because there wasn't X number of archteams. Okay, thank you, Andrew.
You must despise me, but remember, we monumentals too are trapped within this Nexus, for we prevent your world from breaking apart at the seams.
Interesting.
Please forgive me, but I wish to concentrate. 'Tis no easy task being a monumental.
I don't doubt it, friend. Not for a second. But the old monk archstone reads, Archstone of the demon old monk. His revenge complete, the old man withered away, possessed by golden robes of insanity. Too weak to be a demon's vessel, his soul was eaten. So too weak to be a demon's vessel, which is why whenever someone gets summoned, the head wrap transfers from that person to the person who was summoned, because the person who was previously being possessed by the head wrap was, yeah, too weak to be a demon's vessel. Okay, we're gonna go to the Flame Liquor Archstone. Oh, this is the Dragon God boss fight. Okay, so the Flame Lurker Archstone reads, Archstone of the Demon Flame Lurker. Since ancient times, a fire demon has been sealed in an underground temple filled with dragon bones. Deeper still lies an even larger dragon's skeleton. Hello, Myra Locks. Thank you, the Memtim. Much appreciated, friend. So this was a fun boss fight. Someone did note in the comments that really the only reason I got through this boss fight was my ability to just keep munching on grass. But yeah, but I did want to acknowledge the comment that someone left, which basically said that in completing this boss fight, I really kind of showed how problematic the grass healing system is in this game, because I could just keep munching on grass and I was able to get through the boss fight because of it. I'm not sure how many... I wanted to do a counter while editing that just to see how many times I actually used the grass, but I didn't end up doing that. But in any case, yeah, that is something I wanted to acknowledge. And again, given more time and given the ability to like actually have time to do this playthrough in a way that I would have done before I started my YouTube channel and before I was in the late stages of my PhD and my dissertation, that I would absolutely spend the time needed to do all of this legitimately and to, you know, maybe only use 20 late moon grass. And that's why I'm only using one type of grass as a way of kind of simulating maybe having the of having like healing wares akin to the blood vials in Bloodborne. I don't know. I think Dark Souls 1 really had the best system for healing, but that's me. What is this? This seems like it would be much more appropriately found in the Shrine of Storms as opposed to this. Beware of the terrifying foe ahead. Oh, right. Good. How do I rate things? Run straight through. Oh yeah, seeing lots of bloodstains here. I'm gonna assume that those are pressure plates, maybe? Don't bother with stealthy footsteps? What? Getting conflicting messages here. How did this person die? What the heck? Yeah, prototype Profane Flame. Could be, because yeah, like this area isn't unlike that at all. Okay. I don't know, I'd really like to know what all these people are dying to. I don't know, because I've not really explored much of the stuff that's been data mined just yet, but hopefully we'll do a live stream of that sometime soon, and we'll be able to explore all that together. But I've not done any of that. I've not booted up Bloodborne in a long time. Okay, Dragon God time. Hi, friend. Remember me from the tutorial area? Oh, he's not looking at me. Oh, no, there he is. Okay, we gotta time it just right. Now. Hey! Something tells me... Oh no. Stealthy footsteps. So... Okay, I just got massive frame drops there. That was the game, not the stream. Yeah, he doesn't look like he really wants to be my friend at all. Yeah, lots of gimmicky boss fights in Demon Souls. I don't know how I feel about that exactly, but... If I recall correctly, we have to make our way to a ballista. Oh no. One thing I will definitely say, though, is that the gimmick boss fights that I've encountered in this game thus far have all been vastly superior to the Bed of Chaos. I don't know if that's really a compliment, though, because it doesn't take much to be superior to the Bed of Chaos. Oh, is this the ballista we're supposed to use? How am I supposed to operate it? I think I went to the wrong side. have soul tendency. Oh, interesting. It actually opens up a different path in the boss fight. Yeah, that is something I regret that I haven't had really the opportunity to explore at all in this playthrough, and that is world tendency. But that is something I've been led to understand that is much easier to deal with when you are playing offline. So, wow. He just wants the cuddle, that's all. Oh, there we go. Dragon God is not pleased. Oh, but he did open a path for us, or it did open a path for us. Question is where? Whoa. Oh, it's the Dragon Bone Smasher. Cool. Now we just have to figure out how the heck to get there. Oh, it was right there. I walked away from it. Don't mind me. Malai stones. Some high-tech ballistas. Running on soul power, presumably. Okay, I feel kind of bad now. This reminds me a lot of Ceaseless Discharge in Dark Souls 1. Yup. Sorry. Dragon God. Person. Friend. You were trying to kill me, though. And that wasn't the first time. Masters. That. I'm gonna assume it's safe. A ring made of straw rope. Damage from direct hits increases while damage from all other attacks decreases. A ring from a faraway land known for its swordsmithing, said to be imbued with a distinct spell. So that would be really good if you're using like a polearm or a halberd or something. Something that can really take advantage of the direct hit system. Beware of the cute foe ahead. Are they talking about the dragon god? Yep. Bows and the next enemy. Wonder will that hurt us, the fire? I do want to get this item here just in case we access the boss room after. Soldier soul. Okay, Dragon God rip, friend, sorry. Oh, they really make you work for it. So Nicole asked a very interesting question. Who put the ballista there? And why is he there? So the ballista I think is really interesting because it's very obviously working with... And then the dragons were no more. Because the ballista is obviously working with soul power. Because you can actually see that, yeah. It's got that sort of blue glowing look, which is synonymous with the soul power and the soul powers, or the soul arts in Demon Souls, I should say. So I don't know who would have put it there, and beyond that, I don't know why a dragon god would be dumb enough to stand right in the middle of two ballistas. I don't know. But it's a thing. Gameplay consideration almost certainly. I feel like there were ways that they could have made that boss fight a lot more interesting, but yeah. Certainly better, much better than Bed of Chaos, but that's not saying a whole lot. Funny how he's called Dragon God, maybe hinting at the fact that God and demon is a synonym in this game. Yeah, and he does look much more like a demon than he does a god, for sure. At least as we came to know demons in the later Souls games. And this looks a lot like Izalith. Well, but yeah. Let's go back to the Nexus. Archstone of the Demon Dragon God. The underground shrine was made to worship as well as seal in the Dragon God. The ancestors of the excavators revered it as a god and maintained it as well. So the answer to the question that we were asking earlier would have to be presumably that those ballista initially had a different purpose that had something to do with the worship of the dragon god. But I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take a brief break, and then we are going to start recording the next episode. But in the meantime, I'm gonna say goodbye to those of you who are watching on YouTube, where we start recording the next one. So thank you all very, very much for joining us, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.